Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. What are we going to do today? Well, hopefully you've seen some of the parts videos that I've been putting up. So you've seen the Coolerworks short shifter, which we haven't got with us today because I don't have probably enough time, and really this is not the space to be trying to crawl underneath a car. I can't exactly put the car on jack stands on the grass, so that's not going to work today. But unfortunate, but there you go. But we have got something else, and this is an interesting one. I did talk about this a lot on the Pinewood visit video, and it is the rear spoiler, rear wing, whatever you'd like to call it. So, what are we going to do? So, excusing the car because it is a little bit dirty. It's been a week since we washed it, and there you go. But the rear spoiler slash wing, I don't mind this one. I really don't. I think it suits the car. Minnie did a really good job of designing this one. I do like it. However, there are other options, and there are other options that, you know, look nice as well. So we're going down one of those today, and thank you to Ollie at Orange. Obviously, Orange created the G Wing, which I believe is a copy of the GP wing anyway, but it is their style, their design, and you know, there's a good amount of money in one of those things, but hey, I'm sure, you know, all of the effort that's gone into designing it was worth it. So however, Ollie has seen that people like it and has come up with a new light version, which is what we have. So here's the blade. Now the blade is exactly the same on the light wing as it is on the G Wing, the difference being the side panels are made of aluminium rather than GRP. So we are going to attempt to fit that on here today. So there's a number of things to think about. Obviously there's two bolts. There's a bolt here and a bolt over the other side that are holding it in place. Well, sort of holding it in place. There's some pretty decent tape, glue, whatever in behind there we have to get through. Now normally a bit of heat would work, help, but I have to see if I've got anything there for that. So underneath here, coming in, we're going to pop those off to get at the bolts and screws, and then we're going to, once those are out, we're going to have a go at trying to get the wing off, and we'll see how we go. It's going to be a lot of cleaning afterwards. I've seen other people post pictures of these things, and yeah, whatever they used to stick it down, it's pretty good sticky stuff. Now the other thing, at some point, who knows, we'll see, the GP didn't have the rear brake light up here, right? It moved it down here, so I'm not quite sure what we'll do there, because I think you'll probably find that the glass in the back of the GP was slightly different, because it obviously didn't have the hole for the wiper, because they didn't put a wiper on the GP. So I'm thinking, and please comment below, but you can just see how the black lining on the glass goes up and around where the windscreen wiper would be in the cover on the inside. I'm pretty sure this is where the GP rear brake light sits, around about there. So I could possibly do something maybe down here. We'll have to consider what that would look like, because I don't want to just stick something on that may look okay from the outside but looks ugly on the inside. Oh wait, yeah, okay, it's a bit ugly on the inside anyway. Never mind, another job, another project, one day. Hey, right? Okay, right, so we'll go and get some tools and we'll start working on that. Right, what do you reckon? Probably a 10mm, might be. Let's get this one off. Oops. This one doesn't want to come off. Right, two-hand job. You'll have to just know that it come off. Right, taking a guess, 10mm, which we've, he says, there you go, 10mm. think I should use an extension just to make it easier for me. I'm sure the fun bit as well will be making sure we don't lose the nut. Oh. Right. Oh, there's the nut. So, looking at that, the joy, I was actually hoping this would be around the other way, e.g. there was a bolt into it, because the idea of pulling, cutting through the glue was to use like strong fishing line, and I was hoping that this thing wouldn't be in the way, you know, there wouldn't be something in the way of it, but that's not going to happen, is it? Somewhere in there's a nut. Is it? Seriously? Is it off center or something? I can't get the... I think it's there we go. What it is the... Hang on, I'll wait for the noise. Explain it. There we go. One more nut. Ah! It was close, and he lost it down the side. Right, 2 terminal nuts. So this one was a bit harder to get out, because you can see, you might be able to see in there, he says. Maybe not. Maybe not. There's a slight slot where the wing fits into, and the bolt is quite close to the edge here, and so that was a little bit harder to get on. But anyway, it's off. So right now, next thing is how to get through the glue. So we're going to use this fishing line. It's the strongest we've got. Now, normally heating this up would be a good idea, but I don't have a hairdryer with me, funnily enough. Not really a place where you have hairdryers. There might be a heat gun, but I want to be a little bit careful because I don't want to wreck any of the plastics or the paint around here. So we're going to see how we get on with that, see if we can get, you know, if we can do anything with it, and then if not, we'll have to go from there. All right, let's give this a try. Right, I think we're going to struggle with this. I can feel this really stretching the line quite a lot. Kind of doing something, but it might just be a very, very slow process. In which case, we'll speed up this footage, because otherwise it's going to be a very long video. Right, so this nylon's, well, we're going through a little bit of it at a time, but I'm not having a lot of patience with it, to be fair. So I think heat is obviously probably a very useful thing. How much heat we'll get, I don't know. I've got to find something that I can actually use in the first place. But it's also trying to work out how to get the heat in there. Again, I don't want to damage anything. Don't want to damage the paint, for example, on the car, on the roof, or on this top pit. But anyway, we're going to pause for a minute and go and have a look for something else. I mean, a thin, nice actual piece of wire would be better. Nylon just over it just stretches and then snaps. So anyway, let's see what we can find. Okay, we've wandered around. There's a piece of wire, but I'm a little bit concerned that that will cause damage, so we'll leave that as a last resort. I've also found some twine. Now this is quite chunky, so getting it through might be interesting, or getting it underneath might be interesting, but it's going to be a lot stronger. So we're going to give this a go first and see what happens. Right, sorry about that, the battery went flat literally as this popped. So as you would have seen, hopefully, okay, it was on time lapse, but I had these tools in underneath and we've managed to get this side out. There's a slight dent in the metal just where, just right there, but otherwise it's come off pretty clean really. It's not too bad. So now we're just going to work our way. We're going to go to the other side and work our way. We'll prise it open with these tools, still use a bit of the nylon just to try and get through any of the last sticky stuff, and yeah, hopefully we're there. It wasn't, I mean, it's, now that I'm here, it actually wasn't too bad, but I have to admit, getting started, getting going, getting, you know, working out what you need to get this off, it's a bit of a challenge. It'll definitely test your patience. Right, it's off. I have made a little bit of a mark. As you can see, the car comes out of the factory obviously fully blue. This one's been painted white, and I have now got a couple of marks there that will need to be touched up. So just there. But first things first, we're going to give this a good clean. There's a little bit of glue on it. It's not too bad. You see most of it's stayed on here, so not too bad. Oh, looks like we've cut through a little bit of plastic there as well, but it's come off all right. Right, store that in here and we'll go and get something to clean that up with. Yeah, lost a little bit of paint. I think the little bolt that sticks out just caught that, and as it pulled it up, but that's right, we'll give that a little tap down. And again, we might have to do a bit of I've got some covers for these, and we'll have to see what we do long term, if we do anything else with it or not. You know, one simple thing I guess arguably is to buy an R50 wing and put over the top of it so you'll never see it, but that's not current plan, so let's go and get some cleaning stuff. Right, a bit of a weird one here. I was filming with the other camera because the battery ain't flat in this one, and I'm hoping that the footage I shot on it has not been lost, because it's playing up like something crazy. Anyway, if I have missed it, then we've missed a few bits and pieces, so let's just quickly review. It's off, we've cleaned it up. I think most of the marks gone, maybe a couple there need to just look at. Obviously there's some marks from where this has sat for so long. We have made a couple of holes in the paint we need to fix, and the metalwork's pulled up a little bit there, which we're going to just hit back down, knock that back down again, and then we'll clean this up. I've got a patch just to go over this at the moment, sticky patch at the moment, to cover that. Obviously we don't want water in there. What I'll do is, once I've done that, we will put some glue inside. Now, the other thing with the sawing action of the nylon, I've made a bit of a hole in the gutter, so obviously a good lesson learned there. Be careful with what you're doing there. Luckily didn't manage to do it on this side. May have come close a little bit across the top there, but anyway, we'll see what we do with that. We might be able to do something with that in the future. Right, we're going to knock this down. I'll go and get some cleaner, because obviously some really good cleaner, because we really want this patch to stick. I don't want water getting in. I can see a few marks still here, but we're going to get some other cleaner which will hopefully take all that off. Right, so we've done a bit of panel beating. Sorry, I needed two hands. These are the patches. One way, other way, don't know. I think we might just follow the line so we've got good coverage. Okay, we've put the little stickers on. They're going to stick out a little bit, aren't they? Very obvious. Anyway, never mind. They're there temporarily for the moment. Hopefully when this is on, that's what you'll look at instead. So now it's just working out where this goes. I'm picking, we'll try and get it as close up as to this as possible. We've got the riv nut gun already. For a little while I was worried that I didn't have the right fitting, but we're good. That sits in there nicely. You'll probably just see how that sits. We don't want it pushing against the glass too much, but we have to, right, I'm going to have to put the camera down somehow, or hang on, let's put it up here. I need to work out where this is going to go. Let's bring this down. It's nowhere closed-ish. Right, so this is going to sit somewhere here. I have to bit of think about that, because if I come up too high, the glass gets a lot closer to the plastic. The gap up here gets smaller. I really need to work out with the wing on it where it's going to sit. Let's just pop that one out. Right, this is going to be an interesting challenge. I'm picking that what we'll do with it is we'll put it so that it's just, and we'll have to measure it so I get the same. So I'm going to work out, we're going to work off this here to work out where that sits. Something like this, I think. Which means, you know, obviously marking up the holes, drilling the holes there. Right, I've had to do a few things with two hands, so you haven't seen much. I've marked up, I gave us a little dent in the metal, and I've drilled a pilot hole in here. So I've done that. Now with the kit comes with riv nuts and all the nice stainless steel bolts by the looks of it. It comes with a drill bit as well, which we're now going to drill through. I am going to, actually I might try my harness. Let's see if we can do that. I'm going to be very careful with this because you're drilling right next to glass. I really don't want to crack the glass. Now with looking at the way the wing goes on at the moment, it's going to be a bit of a fiddle and I'm running out of time, so we're going to move pretty quickly and let's see how we go. Right, here we go. You're on my chest now. I don't know how much of this you're going to actually see because I think the camera's not adjusted well. So you can see we've got a pilot hole here. With any luck you're seeing it. A bit of hot metal. There's a bit of extra pulled out there. I'm going to get a slightly bigger drill bit just to get those out, but first of all let's go do the other side. Okay. See what I don't always have a bigger drill bit, so but what we do have, we have something like this. I'll grab two of them just in case that won't fit in next to the glass. But it's just good to get rid of the burrs. That should be fine. Just helps get rid of the burrs and flatten this off a little bit. There we go. Right. So, riv nut. I'm hoping. Oop, gotta open it right up. I didn't think that was in far enough yet. Right, let's see if you can see that. I have put a little bit of lacquer paint on there. So we slide that in and we just pull it up tight. I just tighten it up a bit more. Want to make sure this is really gripping well. I'm going to put it a bit more. Ooh. And find that is very tight. He says, oh gosh. I didn't do it too much, did I? Ow. Alright, I think I got a bit carried away with that one. So, lesson learnt. Is that one okay? That one seems good. So hopefully you're seeing this. I know this last time I tried this camera mount, it's not great, I didn't see much, so you can see those two in there. They seem to be holding tight. I think I did that one a bit too much. Got that into there. Challenge of is the hole actually. Alright, let's just see. No, that's spinning a bit, so we're going to spin that in a bit more. Give it a bit more of a squeeze. A little bit more of a squeeze. Yeah, there we go. So that's all right. Good to make sure that those the rivets do actually pinch up properly. So from that, you really want them that just sort of sticking out at level there. Now this one, I think we've got a bit of a challenge. I might need to get the drill back. Right, with this one, we're good, we're in there now. This one tightens up a little bit better because it was on a seam there, there's more metal there than that one. So we've got those in. The tool was really good. When I first got it, it didn't have this on it, and it took me a while to find that. I was panicking, I couldn't get it in, but anyway, we've got that in. Now, to fit and get some of these, we'll need to go and get an Allen key, but for the moment, let's see if we can not drop bits. Right, always running out of battery or something, right around the middle of something. So this side's sitting on. It's just, I haven't done it up tight yet because we've got to make all this somehow fit together. So we're going to try and fit this other side on very carefully so we're not knocking anything. Hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm doing, he says, hopefully at least in some part of the picture. So I'll just do it loosely to start with because we've got to get the whole thing to sit together, which could be a bit of a challenge. I think when I was trying to mock it up at home, there was a bit of a challenge with the alignment of some of the screws. There we go. Just to make sure these are straight. So again, we won't do that up too tight just yet. Now, we've got these two here. We'll bring them over here. Sorry, you probably can't see this. These two small units, these two bolts will go up underneath. So, we're going to have to put them up here, because we're going to have to work up here in. Yeah, so we have the 3D printed piece that the wing sits in, and then this that holds it all together. So, see, yeah, you can't see it, unfortunately. I need to do some. But right, now, hopefully you can see there. So if I hold all this together nice and tight, those holes, where are they? Can't even see them myself. Oh, there they are. They're not lining up. They're a good millimetre out or so. So I might have to get someone to help me with this bit. Come on. There we go. You see, this is not easy, right? Now I've got to hope. I'm really just hoping that you actually get video footage of all of what I'm doing here, because this is going to be a real pain in the bum if not. Right, there's nowhere to stick the camera while I do this part, so I'm going to put you over there. You can watch my face pull interesting looks as I try and get this to fit.
Can I hand it all?
You can try and have a look. It's a bit awkward. I had it on the ground. I don't know if you can see.
Do you want me to hold it while you?
Yeah, I've tightened the other side just to try and make it squeeze in a little bit. Wonder if I had shut it a little bit. I'll put it back down again. Is that going to help at all?
What's it not doing?
So I'm trying to. I don't know what I need to try and do. Now I can't see. So you've got to get two bolts up in there.
Oh, there.
Yeah. I'm going to pull it back up again. And I just adjusted it on the ground.
Yeah.
It's not quite right.
Well, they're the two bolt holes.
Yeah, there's two bolt
well, the back
holes.
piece is moving. If that makes any.
Yeah. So
that's on there, is it?
Mind your head for a second. I just let that go right up. Yeah. So what it is this bar is actually the piece. So that bar goes in, and then you've got this 3D printed piece holding it.
Yeah.
Just sort of in there. And I'm trying to.
If I push it like that and hold it like that, it looks as if they're just about there, but
yeah, they're not quite. I might have to just drill it out just a little bit more. I don't.
No, it's they're there. Yeah. They should go in. If you put an Allen key on the end of that.
There we go.
Hang on, you're not straight on it.
Hang on, if I hold it and you try and
okay.
try and hold the because I've already done a little bit of enlarging of the holes. Is it?
There.
There?
Hold it there, yeah.
Yep.
You could always take it up to Oxford and get one of the F1 teams to balance it for you, because
That's a good idea.
they can make some composite.
Yeah, get the whole thing out of carbon.
Yeah.
If I could do the whole car while they're at it.
You might end up taking off, but...
Might end up selling the house.
Alright, that's something.
That one's in?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. There's the other one.
Just try that. I'm not sure it's cross-threaded or not. It looks straight. It just feels quite tight.
Yeah, well, that's right. Looks
It's not,
it is
no, I
a
haven't
bit
done
tight.
it up yet.
No, that's right. These need to be done up as well. So.
Are they riv nuts in there?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Riv nuts in there. Yeah, it gives you all the bits, including the drill bit. It even says, "Do you want the riv nut tool?" I went, "No, thanks. Got one of them." Yeah. And then I was looking for had got it out. I found all the bits for it, and none of them were the right ones. And I was like, "Oh no!" And then
I've seen some.
I looked, and it's all right. I found it.
Yeah.
It was just underneath some of the other bits in there, so I found it. So it's all good. I think what we'll do is tighten these parts up, close it, and then tighten the other bits up. There we go.
It looks smart.
It's nice, isn't it?
Mm.
And I think, like I said, he had the guy who makes them, Ollie Mortimer from Orange, spelt with a J and 2 R's. Like I said, I bought a lot of bits from him, and they do, do this pretty much any colour or carbon effect.
Mm-hmm.
They do this thing, so. But I think this is made of fiberglass, because you can see it. So
yeah.
we'll just make sure they're buttoned up tight. Right, guys, there we go. One G Wing Lite installed. Been a good install. Hopefully, there's a few things I still want to probably check out, but like I said, over time we'll check these holes in the top there. I kind of prefer to actually clean up a little bit better than they are. What we'll probably do in time, maybe we'll get a fabricator or a body repair person to fill in those holes up the top here, if we decide that we're not going to do anything else with that. But for now, we'll just leave those as they are. Having a quick overview from you guys' perspective. So when the boot's open, I think I've guessed it pretty well right. That's nice and close to the aerial. Wouldn't have wanted it any higher than that, I don't think. These are all nice and tight in there. There's no real... I moved it slightly away from here. Could have pushed it up, but I kind of dropped it down a little bit because I didn't want anything rubbing on there. But it's pretty strong in there. And the boot shuts nicely. Obviously, the next challenge is I just need to fix what I've done there. But there you go. One G Wing Lite. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you in the next one.